Hi guys, welcome back to my Exvius guide. Now I'm gonna talk about Barusa, the green Barney. Let's take a look on his stats. He is a tanker, so I will compare him to Warrior of Light and Veritas, who are also 4 stars AoE tanker on this game. Like you can see that his defense and spirit stats are better than Warrior of Light and Veritas. Especially Warrior of Light, it is 24 points higher. His passives are also good. He gets health and defense plus 50%, which are superior compared to both Veritas and Warrior of Light. He has 20% earth resist, which is nice, but if you think earth attack is so dangerous, then Veritas is superior because he absorbs earth elemental attack. For threshold protection, he is not good because he only gets 50% defense and spirit buff when the health goes below 50%. But I think the threshold protection is not important because remember, you always need to bring Soleil to the battle. The best defensive feature for his passive is draw attack. Neither Warrior of Light nor Veritas have this feature, so you always need to use ability first to provoke. Not the case for Green Barney. Barusa also gets 30% MP boost, but that's not useful as Warrior of Light MP counter restore ability. He has resist against paralyzed and confused, which is nice addition, but yeah, Dragon Killer is always be useless on him because his attack is low. Like you can see that his stats as a tanker is decent, probably the best in 4 stars category. Also, I don't compare him to Cagnazzo because remember, Cagnazzo is single target provoker. So enough about stats, let's take a look on his abilities. Let's start with his best ability, Force Fields. So I just reviewed on how awesome Awakened White Knight Noel, and that's because he has 2 separated damage mitigation. Now, with Barusa, everyone can have the exact same ability, not exact, okay, but almost close. Separated mitigation is important because this makes you able to stack the normal mitigation buff with physical or magical mitigation. This is really important for a tanker. Barusa's force field only give one type mitigation, physical or magical. The amount is 25%, probably not big, but still very useful, especially for your AoE tanker because AoE tanker basically takes 6 times damage. These 2 skills are what make Barusa become, probably the best hero on this banner. However, remember to have normal mitigation buff too, because if not, then you don't take the full advantage of these 2 skills. You don't need to worry about mitigation buff because his Trust Master reward gives your character to do that. Primal Instinct will give 30% damage mitigation to all allies for 3 turns. It is basically a free Trust Master reward because you can get the Moogle from the raid summon. However, if you already have Crowley, Riku, or other better damage mitigation, for example, Misty is LB. In my opinion, that's the most powerful because it lasts for 3 turns. You may not need this Trust Master, but still, pretty solid Trust Master reward. He also has AoE tanking ability. The tanking ability is about the same like others AoE tanking, okay? It may be a little bit inferior, okay? Because Warrior of Light, like Exvius, Awakening is already a fable, but without Awakening, this skill is same with that like Exvius. And Veritas AoE tanking has higher chance even though it has lower mitigation. Anyway, it is very nice ability to have. He also has 100% provoking skill, and I think it is the best compared to Warrior of Light and Veritas of Earth because it has built-in damage mitigation. The mitigation is 20%, so only 10% less than Wilhelm, who is a 5-star base character. Pretty solid provoking ability. Other than tanking, he also able to buff himself. With Battle Boon, he can cure all ailments on himself. It also gives you immunity against all ailments for 3 turns. However, remember that he is still vulnerable to some stopping ailments such as sleep and petrify, so he cannot cure himself fully, okay? So be careful about that. He also get some attacking skills. The first, Primeval Howl, is kinda unique because its damage scaled by your defense stats. However, I still don't think it can be that powerful because you probably only able to reach about 600 to 700 defense, okay? So yeah, that's not bad, but still lose to real attacker. This Dragon Killer passive also may be useful if you use this skill frequently. Nice, okay, nice idea, but I don't think it is that reliable unless you are super well and manage to make his defense shoot about 1000 defense, then he can deal serious damage. Trample is also useful when you need an Art in Peril, but it is not based on your defense. So yeah, just remember only that Primeval Howl that scaled on your defense. Other skills is still normally scaled by your attack. The last is his LB. His LB is not good in terms of damage because yeah, it is scaled by your attack, not your defense, okay? And yeah, it also imperil 74% fire resist. Good, but remember, you need to max this LB to get that number. On level 1, it only imperil 49% fire resist, so yeah, pretty low. And I don't think it is worth to level this up, okay? Because basically there are other better fire imperil out there, okay? So yeah, just ignore it. He also has Encourage ability, which can increase his LB fill rate by 200% for 5 turns. So those are all his abilities. Let's talk about equipment. He only able to wield 2 types of weapons, dagger and gloves. Both weapons normally don't have any defensive stats boost, but there are few limited ones which have defensive boost. For example, Galkan dagger, Wing Saint, and yeah, other limited ones, okay? If you have those, then make sure you equip it. Other than weapons, you only need to gear him up normally like a tanker. You can replace one Patriotic Recall with his own Trust Mastery Word if you don't have damage mitigation buffer in your party. But I think it is better to give that role on someone else because Barusa will be a little bit busy in the battle, drawing enemies' attack and apply the force field buffs. So enough about equipment. My conclusion for Barusa. So he is a super decent tanker. No one in the game able to do what he able to. He is also limited. So he is kind of like 9S and Illusionist Nicole, a really precious unit on this game. I really suggest you to obtain it, especially if you don't have decent tanker. He is really good partner for Misty because he can increase Misty magic mitigation. And yeah, even Misty is a tanker. She is kinda squishy if you compare her to physical tanker. His own tanking capabilities are also top tier. The most important thing about him is his Trust Master reward. It is basically free Trust Master. So yeah, if you get Barusa, then make sure you get enough of his Trust Moogle from the raid summon on this event. His Trust Mastery Reward is really good for a tanker. It increases 30% defense, and yeah, that's pretty high. And 30% mitigation buff is also very useful, especially if you bring Crowy, 9S or others simply for that buff. Basically, with this you save one slot from your party. And as a 4-star tanker, I give him 10 out of 10. However, it is really depend on your party composition. If you really need Warrior of Light as a breaker, then you may don't need to get Barusa. But really guys, that 25% extra mitigation from force field may save you in the sometimes in the future. It may help you, okay? However, I think I'm gonna pass on him because yeah, all I got is Khalifa. So yeah, I give up, okay? I already got 3 Khalifa, and I don't think I will spend any tickets, okay? Because yeah, I don't think I have a luck to pull him within reasonable amount of ticket. So yep, thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye guys.